Hope you guys like that intro. That was Hondo Flaps. I want to do this video because I have no idea what is wrong with me. So I've been having this problem for the past few days is where I've been having problems in my chest area where it feels like I'm slowly having a stroke. And I went to the hospital and they have no idea what it is. Their best explanation is that it might be due to anxiety. So this all started about like a week ago, and I was very cautious about the coronavirus, and it like freaked me out because I'm a performer and I also work in a very public place where people come in and out, and human beings are disgusting. So my entire workstation, I was disinfecting it and constantly using hand sanitizer the entire day. A day like after I was like disinfecting all the stuff that I work with and all the materials that we use, actually I went home and I felt like I had a tiny bit of a cold and I freaked out. I had a couple of the symptoms. It was like runny nose and like I got a headache out of nowhere, and like it wasn't my esophagus, but it was more of my sinuses were a little bit iffy, and I was totally freaking out. I could not sleep that entire night. I was having panic attacks, and literally like the next day all the symptoms were gone. And the symptoms were extremely mild. I heard that like I actually read that they could be super mild, and actually people within my age range, it's usually babies or the elderly that usually are at risk of dying from the virus. But me, it felt like I had a little bit of a cold. I have no idea if it was actually the coronavirus, but I went to sleep. Well, I actually couldn't sleep. Was having panic attacks, and got up the next morning, had nothing. None of the symptoms, they were all gone. My nose would run here and there, but I never had a fever. Even the day prior, had no problems. But the one problem that I had was that in this area of my chest, it was very sore. It was hurting the entire time. And then like later on, it would be the bottom. It was like around the heart area. It felt like here. Right now, it's still pain here, and then pain at the bottom of my heart. And sometimes I would get like a stabbing pain coming from this side, and I had no idea what it was. And also I was getting like a weird like sensation going from my chest to my bicep, and like the tips of my fingers would get like tangly, and it felt like my hand was going numb. I don't know. And so that made me freak out even more because it felt like I was having a stroke. I know one of the symptoms of a stroke is that half your entire body goes like limp, like one side of your body would sag, like your face and things like that. But I just felt like my entire left arm and nothing else it was going numb. So I scheduled a doctor's appointment and went there and felt even better. But the only thing that was still bothering me was my chest. My chest was really bothering me. And I explained the same thing to him. I was like, yeah, I thought I had the virus. The virus had me freaking out. And he was like, yeah, we don't know. We have no idea what it is because they took a test for diabetes. He said it wasn't an artery problem. I don't do drugs. I don't really drink that much. And yeah, he couldn't figure out what it was. He was just saying that the thing that it might have been was like that it had to be stress and anxiety. And so what's going on in my life now is that they laid off 2 other people from my job, and then they moved someone else that works in my department and moved him somewhere else, and he's on medical leave. So it's literally me and one other guy that's working in that entire department. And then we were supposed to get a new guy, so everyone was laid off at a certain day back in February, and they were supposed to start early March. But then the guy who was supposed to come to our department decided to take his vacation his first day, so it was an extra week of no person. And then it was like a whole month with nobody. And a couple days right before he had to start his position, he had a stroke and his house burned down. So yeah, he's probably way more stressed out than I am. So all these things happened to him. So now it's only me and my other coworker running this entire department. So it's two people running a whole department, and then I have gigs on top of that. And top of that, I'm writing a show, and I have to pay rent and all these other things. And it's just, there are other things that I don't want to get into, but it's just piling on top. And after I went to go see the doctor, he told me that he could probably prescribe something for me, but I really didn't want to take a bunch of drugs that I don't really know the side effects of. But I was thinking about it, and then I went to work, and whenever I talked to somebody, my pizza. Sorry, I was sorry about that. I was starving. But yeah, where did I leave off? Yeah, I've been having like really weird like stabbing pains and like sore pains in my chest, but I've done it before. What I thought it might have been is like, you know how you sleep really weird, and like if you sleep on the edge of a couch or somewhere like that with your chest like hanging off, and you wake up the next morning and like your heart, every time it beats, like the muscle around it's very, very sore, like it was doing like a workout or something. I thought it was that, or it was me when I was having the anxiety attack or like the panic attacks. My heart was just tired or something like that. It would probably just go away. But now it just won't subside. Like I could sit here, like I've been sitting in my office for the last 2 days. I've been Master Chief Collection. The first Halo Combat Evolved just came out. Spent the day playing that. Played some Rocksmith. Played fucking Bioshock Infinite. Amazing game. And I'm totally fine. Like I'm sitting there, I'm fine. But when I get up to use the bathroom, before I get up to do something, this side of my chest, it gets sore. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's like an activity, like if I move, or it was an activity. The doctor actually thought or thinks what it might be is that like 2 days prior, before like the whole heart thing happened, I was actually at the gym, but all I did was run on the treadmill, and I did some like my biceps. It could have been the way how I picked up the weight, but if I do like anything, like if I move my arms, it doesn't really affect it that much at all. But if I get up and I walk like 2 feet that way, this starts to flare up a little bit. But if I had anything really like stressful, like if I think of something stressful, or if I think of work, the whole thing starts to get worse, or like it's stabbing from this side. So I'm pretty sure it's definitely stress or anxiety. And right now, thinking about it, it's hurting in this area, which I don't know. I don't really know what to do. I don't know if I said this before. I think I was cut off when I went to go grab my pizza. Is whenever someone would come and like ask me something at my job, my breathing pattern got really weird. I wasn't having it wasn't like I couldn't catch my breath. It wasn't like I was having an asthma attack, but when someone was talking to me, like literally my breathing pattern was it was really, really odd. I've never had that problem before. I've never really had any respiratory issues. I don't know what's going on. He wants to send me to like a real like hospital, but like I really don't want to go all the way to Boston, because like there are times you go all the way there to tell them 20 different things that's wrong with you, and you spend like 7 hours in the hospital just to be told to go home and take like an Advil. That actually happened to me and my girlfriend before, but they didn't even tell her to take an Advil. They're just like, oh, we can't do anything. I just want to avoid that situation. So I actually have taken off a couple days. I was supposed to work yesterday, but took it off. I took today off, and I actually had the weekend off. So 4 days. I hope that's enough to relax, but I'm pretty sure it's not really gonna do much. Even that I went to NemCon over the weekend. Like I thought that was technically relaxing, but no, that's actually all the way in Connecticut, so I drove all the way to Nevin's place and spent a couple days there. And like for me, like traveling is just stressful in general because I'm not home. It's actually been a while. Like the last 2 days has been really weird for me because I actually have not sat down like at home and like I've done nothing uh, to help me relax. I've been playing video games and I've been sitting down making gimmicks like that. That I made a couple of those flap gimmicks and things like that. But if I get up and I move, it's a stress here, or if it's like if I think or worry about something, the pain comes on this side. I don't know what it is. It's very I don't know if I should be super concerned. I don't know if I should go to like the ER or if it's all up here. I don't know. So I guess that's it. There's really nothing else I could do except is to ask the doctor for that medication. I actually called back yesterday and asked if I could get a prescription for whatever he wanted to prescribe to me and see if that would help with anything. But it's weird. It's also there are times where like I like if I get kind of annoyed with something or like something kind of anxious also. It feels like I don't know if you've ever walked into like a casino and like the first thing you get a whiff of is all the indoor smoking. You just get a whiff of that. Or like if you walk into someone's house and they're like heavy smokers or in their car and you just get that burning feeling in your esophagus. A couple days ago it was way more prevalent, but not as bad as it was today. I think because also I tried these new Planters salted mixed nuts. That's probably giving me some bad acid reflux because it was like the whole thing here. But like if I get kind of a little anxious, I could feel it kind of in this area, but very minimal. And like today I've been feeling that stabbing pain, but it's more coming from like the back side area, not my back, but it's coming like towards my chest but from the back. It's really weird. It's really hard to describe, but yeah, it's just this whole area. It's a mystery to me. But yeah, I'm hoping this time off is giving me more time to work on videos and things like that. But yeah, thanks again, guys. Yeah, check out that vlog I just did with Nevin. Met a new friend, Andy, and I didn't get any footage of Aussie when performing. The one reason I drove all the way there, just didn't show up at all. He got sick, but I don't know. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I hope I don't die, and see you guys in the next one.